Hey y'all. So I need somebody to like hold this for me. A little more side, maybe like that. Okay, I think this is good. You can just see my head. I look like a headless horseman. Okay. Oh no. We're gonna have to make do. So yeah, I just went to Starbucks and I got some hot chocolate and chocolate croissant. That's literally always what I get there. I'm not really endorsing them. Not to say I get like super ads. Should I start eating this hot chocolate, this croissant? Wow. I love croissants. They actually, I think they did make it with soy. Even though I don't think I told them. Maybe they used it from the last time I was there. I don't know. So yeah, what I really want to talk about, it's a heavy discussion, but important. So basically what I wanted to talk about was hijab in northern Nigeria. And in a way how that can be changing maybe a little bit in the younger generation. And it's more of like how the hijab is worn. This is maybe going to be like a voiceover of me showing like the different types of ways that women in northern Nigeria wear hijab. So, you know, a woman can wear her atampa, which it can also be called Ankara, or, you know, like the material. So women in Nigeria, a lot of times they have fabric sewn, right? It's, you know, it's one of the coolest things, I would say. Like you just get custom made clothes, you know, by a tailor, and you get fitted to your size, you know, which it's a pretty big deal, because over here it's like you gotta pay a whole lot of money to get custom made stuff, but over there it's like, you know, it's easy to do that. But you know, there's tailors that range from, like, they have their pricing, you know, there's like really good ones, and there's ones that, you know, they'll do it fast, you know, all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I don't want to go off topic, because specifically I want to talk about hijab. So when people wear the Ankara, they'll have like a scarf made and they'll put it on their head. And on top of that, they'll put a veil also to cover their chest area. So they'll have the Ankara on their head, and then they'll have the veil over their chest. And also the size of those veils range. Sometimes, like if you're not married, you don't have to wear that thick of a veil over your chest, but if you're married, you want to make sure you're covering, because really, like here, you know, a sign of marriage is like, you know, you have your ring or whatever, right? But over there it's not really like that. It's like in the way that you dress, you know, whatnot. So then you have women that wear like the long flowy hijab that's like for prayer. Some people wear it for prayer, but some women will wear it all the time. And you know, on top of that, some women will wear that and also wear niqab, covering their face and only showing their eyes. Some women choose to wear it, you know, some women, you know, feel more comfortable wearing it. it's just up to like whatever you feel like you're comfortable with. But I will say this. Somebody had asked me, like, is it mandatory for Muslim women to wear hijab in Nigeria, or like just women in general? And I said, in a way, yes and no. So in northern Nigeria, majority of people do practice Islam. So Muslims in the Hausa culture are almost like expected to wear hijab. It's just, it has become embedded within the culture. If you're not Muslim, although, that's not something that is expected upon you. If you are also not of the Hausa culture, they're a little more, people are more lenient. It's like, you know, when you have your own family and you have certain expectations or rules and standards or whatnot, whatever words you want to use for that, for your own family. If you see somebody from another family, you're not going to have those expectations and rules upon them, because that is not your family. You know what I mean? So it's in a way, that's kind of how I look at it. And society will definitely treat you differently if you wear hijab versus if you don't. Like, I think, and don't quote me on this, but I think women sometimes will get more respect when they cover more. You know, like if you wear it like the big hijab that covers everything from head to toe, like the ones that we pray in, very loose fitting, like you'll see those kind of women get more respect, almost like, you know. But like it's like you know, you feel a sense of like holiness on how they, like the kind of clothing they wear, which, yes, technically it's not really true. Like some people can be more God-fearing if they don't wear it than the ones that do wear it. Like, you know, it doesn't, but society does see those things, so that's what you kind of have to put in mind. You know, recently, I don't know if I should talk about this, it's not really my business, but there's a prominent family, a girl that had worn like a white dress, and like her shoulders were showing, and this is like at one of her wedding events, or I don't know if it's like a bridal shower or something like that, right? So a lot of people were posting and being really upset because, oh, why is she wearing this? She is the daughter of a prominent person, or whatever it is. And my opinion on that is, first of all, people, they'll do weddings and it's just within intimate family, and they don't expect for their photos to be posted everywhere. It's not really anybody's business how a person conducts their wedding ceremonies. If we want to really go Islamically, like, and say, oh, how people should dress at a wedding, but if you're around just your intimate family or around other women, honestly, that's not something that's un-Islamic. Like, you can actually do that. That's one. Two is, like, if we're gonna be sticklers on like what we should have in weddings and what we shouldn't have, you know, music. Should we even have music at weddings? You know what I mean? You know, if people want to make separate men or women, you know, then also do only women, only men separate, and no music, right? But people do multiple events. People like to celebrate. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having these things. It's up to everybody's forte. But I just feel like people being extremely harsh on like that kind of stuff, it really shouldn't be anybody's business. People's wedding photos should not be shared amongst everybody. Yeah, so personally, you know, I had a little bit of a situation too. When I had gotten married, you know, I wore a dress and it was white, and I guess in the Hausa standards, it wasn't as appropriate, or maybe Islamic standards, it wasn't deemed as like appropriate. You know, my photo and videos were posted. The thing with posting is that, especially when you have a huge following, is that you open up that door to people commenting, right? You can't, you don't have control over who's commenting, right? And I think there was like a few comments that I had seen, you know, where people were, you know, being critical of how I was dressed. And the thing is, did I really want access? Did I want people to have access to my wedding pictures and videos? No, not necessarily. I had a small wedding with a few people. I did have a few people watching on Instagram and stuff like that, for only family and friends, right? But at the same time, I didn't necessarily want it to go to a lot of people that I didn't want commenting, because my wedding, it's an intimate thing for my family. Like, you know, it's not necessarily for the world, you know. So I don't need those kind of talks and, you know, just negative energy discussing what I'm wearing. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, I think every woman that's in that place, honestly, like, do what you gotta do for your wedding. You know, whatever you feel you want to wear, you have a discussion between you and your husband, and if he's okay with it, and as long as it's not going everywhere, because that's not, I mean, apparently you don't have a choice, I guess, if it's going to go all over everywhere. But I think we need to do better if we're having separate women versus men events, that women know better and not take photos of women. Some women fully wear hijab, and then, you know, their pictures end up in places that they don't want them to end up, right? And, you know, that's kind of like an amana if you're going to an all-girls event, to make sure, you know, you're not posting these photos everywhere. So I've been to a lot of Arab all-girl weddings or all-girl parties, and like, they're very strict on like, don't take pictures. And because a lot of these women also wear hijab themselves, and if they're going to be at an all-girls event not wearing hijab, they would not want their pictures anywhere, so they wouldn't take pictures of any other people, you know, in these spaces, because it's become a safe space for you to, you know, to not wear it, because yes, amongst women you don't have to. So I say that to say that, yeah, hijab, it is definitely a personal journey. And like, another conversation that we could definitely have around this is like the changing of the culture, and like you know, how maybe some women wear hijab also like abaya type of hijab, which is not really a Hausa thing, but you know, that's how we do it. People interpret hijab different ways that they want to, you know. Nobody's really wrong, you know, in a way. Just do you, you know, live your life, and don't hurt people. But yeah, thanks for coming to this almost 20-minute long rant of mine talking about hijab in northern Nigeria. I'm gonna continue drinking my hot chocolate. Have a great day.